people are lost on comp. I'm like, comp's the only thing I know. Really?
You should probably know.
Hi guys, welcome to the midterms vlog. I'm actually not too worried about midterms this semester because I'm not taking any philosophy lectures, which means I don't have any philosophy exams, and I'm taking 2 graduate seminars, and for those kinds of classes the only graded assignment you have is a super long paper due at the end of the semester, which means I don't have anything due for midterms. So the only real midterm exam that I have is for my CC class, which is short for Contemporary Civilization, and it's a part of Columbia's core curriculum. It is kind of a philosophy class. We begin with Plato's Republic and go all the way up to Foucault essentially, so it is a very broad overview of European intellectual history, but the exam for this class isn't like a philosophy exam. I think it's much easier than a philosophy exam, but I think I'll talk about it a little bit later in the video. So for now, that's just the overview of what's going to happen this week. But also, midterms end on Wednesday, and I'm planning to actually hang out with a few friends in the city after taking my exam. So this week is going to be a combination of preparing for my one midterm exam and then just having some fun in the city afterwards. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. My hair is a little bit weird today. Okay, I have what I got yesterday, just a chicken bowl. Whenever it gets warm outside, they just don't turn off the heat. So it's like,
Is your room okay?
Right now. I'm cooked.
Oh.
Identify the passage IDs on the events.
Today we are at John Day. Very rare occasion for me.
And it's never good.
It's kind of good today.
Asia bowl?
We do what we must.
It's like slightly Asian.
I just spent the past 3 hours studying for my CC midterm. My professor assigns us something called significance IDs, where he gets keywords from every text that we've read, and we have to know their significance. He gives us a long list. We have 167 that we need to know. Our class divided them up so that each of us does like 9 each, and then that way it's much easier to study, but I just looked through all of the definitions, and some of them were better than others, so me and my friend like went through all of them and tried to fix them all, but it was like so much work, and I'm not even done yet. Like there's still a lot more that we need to go through. So that's one of the downsides of being in a class where the teacher has very high expectations for the students. But I really appreciate this as an exercise of review. You know, a lot of people don't want to take tests nowadays, especially in humanities, but tests are such a good exercise for reviewing everything you learned and also just taking another look at things you might have overlooked the first time you read them. So overall, I feel like taking tests is pretty useful. Okay, good morning. It's time for volleyball, and look, I'm not wearing a jacket because today it's 52 degrees. I'm also wearing shorts. So we'll see if I regret my clothing decisions today, but I did bring a jacket. Wait, why is there only one piece of chicken, bro? How many did you get, Paul? 1? 1.5? Damn!
Why did I get 2?
They looked at you and they're like, she's bulking. She's bulking. They look at me and they're like, okay, I just took a shower. I don't usually take a shower after volleyball, but my hair was kind of bad today, so I needed a little bit of a reset. And now I'm reviewing my presentation for my hermeneutics class. I'm just reading through everything and making sure I can say things as concisely as possible and make sure that I'm really clearly articulating and explaining all of the passages that I want to highlight in my presentation. Getting ready to go to my presentation now. I need to go print out my handouts for the class, so I'm leaving 20 minutes early and just gonna print them out downstairs on the first floor of the building. It's so warm today, so I decided to just wear a t-shirt, or not a t-shirt, a polo shirt. I'm trying to make sure I have everything because if I don't, I'm gonna tweak. But I think I have everything. Bring my stapler just in case. Okay, waiting for the elevator. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal of this presentation. It's not that big of a deal. We just have to give one presentation for our hermeneutics class. once a semester, and everybody takes turns. We just present the reading and, you know, guide people along, but it's a pretty low stakes presentation. Okay, I just finished my presentation. Now I'm headed to Diana. Doing this presentation made me realize that even when you spend so much time and effort like this presentation, the presentation itself is very short. And so it's like over in an instant. I don't know, it's both kind of a liberating feeling and also kind of a sad feeling that so much labor gets condensed into this one moment in time. But also, if you mess up, then it's no big deal. But the presentation went pretty well. I feel like even though I read the text so many times, I learned so much from what the professor said, so I'm really glad I'm taking this class. Borges is like such a genius, but he's not like super famous in intellectual history. Like a few people really like him, like Foucault really likes Borges. So at the beginning of the order of things, Foucault quotes Borges.
He thinks you should implant the institutions of a republic into a modern house, so he's not
Okay, now I'm going home. Usually I don't go to study sessions because they're mostly chaotic, and this one was chaotic, but it was still pretty productive. We finished in 3 hours, which is much shorter than I thought it was going to be. I think last time they finished 1 a.m. All right, last day before spring break. Okay, I'm off to my post-Freudian psychoanalysis class. Now I'm on my way to lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks so good.
Wait, what exam do you have today?
CC.
Oh.
Okay guys, it is time for my first and last midterm. As I was studying for this exam, I realized that I didn't need to study as much as I thought I did. And I feel like this always happens in classes like this because I realized that, oh wait, if you do all of the reading, then you don't have to study that much for the exam. So I'm glad that I did all the reading because it made studying for the exam pretty straightforward. I just had to review some broader themes and thinking about intertextual connections.
Cell phones or electronic devices in the bag.
Like, bro, people are lost on Kant. I'm like, Kant's the only thing I know.
Bro, I'm scared of Chicago.
Bro, what?
I went to the airport there.
Which one? O-R-T. Oh, that's the good one.
I almost burned myself on the candle. Yeah, we're both in it. See, I can't even tell now. Yeah, we're both in it. Really?
No, I'm asking. 50% off? Bro, am I really sneaking 2 of these into the theater? Oh my god.
Yeah, bro.
They have both?
And we're gonna go watch Nora.
Yeah.
Which is like basically out of theaters at this point. There's like only 2 theaters that are showing Nora still. But it won like a bunch of Oscars, right?
It farmed 5. I'm pretty sure that's the most of any Oscar.
Oh, Dippin' Dots.
That smells so good.
Do you know Dippin' Dots? Should we get some? Is that
What do you get?
Oreo, of course.
Do they have it?
Yeah, of course.
They are stocked.
Hello.
Is this?
Yes. Okay. Awesome.
Thank you. Do they have spoons in there?
Yeah. Bro, I meant to just give you one. Why'd you take mine?
Not bad, bro.
Take that back up and let it out. Okay. It's gonna be okay, okay?
Guys, Nora really did a number on us. We were not expecting,
Bro.
we were not expecting that. I thought Nora was gonna be like Lady Bird, but it was not like Lady Bird.
That shit was very real.
Yeah,
Very real film.
a little too real.
I genuinely, I was like, wait, I'm watching a movie, and my friend Otto is sitting next to me.
Like, my sleep schedule is so...
No, everybody's favorite. Yay. Got my 2 buffalo chicken wraps. Okay, so the plan for the rest of the day is that I'm gonna be going downtown with my friend Ethan. I never go downtown, but since finals are over and I moved my flight, he said, like, let's hang out. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go downtown with him. I just bumped into like 5 people in Butler. Yeah, I still can't believe that it's spring break right now. I'm going to meet my friend Ethan on Low Steps. Low Steps is over there, where people like to sit when it gets sunny. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Their poetry? Are you cooking rice? Wait, was I not supposed to use this water?
No, you can.
Okay. I don't know why I'm washing the rice 3 times. This is unnecessary.
Has it been a century or a couple hours? Don't believe in it, but it's in the stars. Thinking of you each night, just like I was born to. I should get a PhD and yearning all the time I've passed.
Okay, I finally got back home. I'm so tired. I still need to shower, honestly. I really didn't film that much of what we did, actually. We just like sat in the park for a long time and talked, and it was so nice. And we were talking about how an elderly loneliness is such a big problem. So Ethan was telling me that sometimes when he goes to the park in Chinatown, he'll just like sit next to an old person, a random old person who's sitting alone, and like start talking to them. Some people are not like receptive to being talked to, but some people really are. It reminded me of this one time, one of the first times I came to New York before I got to Columbia. I was just visiting Columbia, and then we went on the subway, and my friend and I went on the subway, and all of a sudden this Chinese lady comes up to me and she taps me and she starts speaking to me in Chinese, and she pulls out an envelope with an address on it and says, "I'm trying to go here." Like, okay, you're trying to go here? And she says, "Yeah, I have a doctor appointment." And I was like, "What? You have to go to the doctor and you don't know how to get there?" Or like, "Oh my god, we need to get you there." And she said, no, I'm just came from the doctor and I'm trying to go home." And then that made me more confused. I was like, wait, you don't know how to get home? And so she tells me that she doesn't know how to read English. So she takes the trains by memory. So if she just misses one stop, she's screwed, essentially. So she got on the wrong train. She needed to be like on the yellow train or something, and she got on the orange train. And so we're on the orange train now, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you need to get home. So I type in her address on my phone, and then I take her all the way home. But as I'm navigating and talking to her with also my friend there. My friend doesn't speak Chinese, so I'm the only one speaking to her. And I ask her, "Oh, do you have any kids?" Like, because she's an old woman, so I assume she would have kids or even grandkids, because she's old enough to be my grandma. And she says, "Yeah, I have 2. They're living in California, and I have another one living somewhere else." In my head, I was like, how could her kids leave her here by herself? And she doesn't even speak any English. So if she gets lost, she's really screwed. I can imagine there's people who feel so scared of going up to other people and asking for help that they would just rather get lost. But she came up to me, she tapped me, and she started speaking Chinese to me. So I'm glad I looked Chinese enough that she could come up to me and say, "I need help." Good morning. It is lunchtime, and I'm going to eat lunch with my friends Alyssa and Danielle. Alright guys, when we came here, the plan was not for me to eat a second lunch, but it looks so good, so I have to. Oh, look at this. I've never seen arugula.
Fresh.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. It's actually disgusting. It's actually revolting.
Yeah.
Do my laundry. Please be empty. Okay, nice. Okay. 30 minutes. Facilities drops off toilet paper for us once a week, and they've just been giving us way too much toilet paper, like way more than we can actually consume. So one of our neighbors wrote this little note and stuck it outside their door that says, "No more toilet paper, please." And I was like, wait, we should do that too, because they keep on giving us toilet paper. So I'm gonna make a little sign that says, "Hi, no more toilet paper, please." No more toilet paper, please, thank you. Tape, let's go put it on the door. No more toilet paper, please, thank you. Good morning. I'm meeting up with my friend Allie for lunch today. We're going to a restaurant nearby called Community, and what's it called? Yeah, I'm actually not really sure what it is. Very brunch vibes, I think.
The Eggs Benedict is good.
Eggs Benedict?
Yeah. The Vietnamese chicken sandwich, very good.
Really?
It's a really good like chipotle or sriracha mayo.
Okay, wait, that sounds like what I want.
I get that frequently.
Okay. This is not Vietnamese sandwich in terms of the bread, but it looks okay better than the Vietnamese sandwich. There's your Eggs Benedict.
Yes.
That looks good. Okay, I finally got back home. Wow, that was the best show I have ever seen. I've never cried before while consuming a piece of media, but I was bawling. Just absolutely bawling my eyes out while watching. And the set design was so amazing. They used a lot of technology, and usually I think those things can end up kind of gimmicky, but it worked so well for this show because it was about two robots. Yeah, it was just so good. I don't want to spoil the plot. So if you ever have a chance to watch Maybe Happy Ending, I would strongly recommend it. Maybe it'll be a movie one day, but for the whole train ride, I was just texting everybody I knew, you have to go watch Maybe Happy Ending. But the sad thing is one of the lead performers is not going to be performing after March 22nd, which is why I wanted to go watch it today, because if I didn't watch it today, I wouldn't have seen it as it was meant to be. Well, tomorrow I'm going back home to Los Angeles, so I'm planning to film some content while I'm there. But yeah, my brother, mom, and dad are all at home, so I'll get to see them all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I usually don't go off campus that much, but I did a lot of spontaneous activities this weekend, so I'm really glad. I need to start packing, so I'll see you later. Guys, I don't know if you can see, but my allergies are so bad right now. Thank God I'm going home for spring break, because my eyes are like so puffy right now, and my nose is so puffy, and everything is so puffy, and it just looks like I've been crying. But I haven't been. It's just my allergies. I went to the pharmacy and I got nasal spray, which I've never used before. I was reading the back though, and it says, when using this product, the growth rate of some children may be slower. So I don't know if I actually want to use this. I got Claritin. This is usually what I consume when I have allergies. And then I got a box of tissues, because I've just been using like napkins or paper towels, and I feel like it's been just like shredding my skin barrier. Also, this box is ridiculously large for no reason, right? The Claritin is in here. Look, half of it is empty. There's nothing in this half. Waste of shelf space if you ask me. Time to take my drugs. Oh. Is it working? I think I feel better. Or maybe it's placebo. Either way, wait, I think I feel better, guys. I will report back with results.